Hello everyone, and welcome back to a little more Plants vs. Zombies here. In the last episode, we finished off the second world, which was night levels. And you might have remembered we got an aquatic plant, a lily pad, for finishing that. So, without further ado, let's see what level 3-1 is all about. Yeah, as you might have been able to guess, now we have water introduced. It's like they are attacking our backyard now. Oh, and I kind of skipped over. Crazy Dave did say something important. You can't use mushrooms normally. You can't use mushrooms during day levels because they will fall asleep. So you can pick them if you really want, but they'll be completely useless. So as usual, we're gonna want sunflowers. You're definitely gonna want lily pads in any water level. We'll take potato mines and frozen peas. Cherry bombs. Oh, of course we want repeaters as well. Cherry bombs and then walnuts. Yeah, so we're pretty much back to our standard daytime setup. We just have to also plant lily pads in the water lanes here. You can see now there's 6 lanes going across instead of just 5 like there was in the front yard. Now I recommend, even though like I guess we could throw down a lily pad right now. It doesn't really matter. Normally, I like to get more of my sunflowers out first. Okay, we can put this potato mine here. That might have been a bit too far back, but it's fine. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I like to get my lily pads out right away. Sometimes I'll just plant all my sunflowers in the, like, land here and then do all my lily pads and sunflowers on them. It doesn't particularly matter either way, honestly. Looks like we got another zombie coming up there. I'll probably just use a potato mine on them as well. And I guess we'll throw down the lily pad. Lily pad does not take very much time to recharge at all, as you can see. So you don't really have to worry about that. Which is kind of nice of them to not screw you over with that. But yeah, this first level, like the first level of any world, is going to be simple enough. As you saw in the like little preview, all we really have are like cone heads and regular zombies, so nothing too much to worry about here. Okay, I'm going to start with the snow peas now. I'm telling you, these snow peas, I know I've said it a couple of times now, but I'm just kind of floored that I never realized like exactly how good they are. Okay, I'm going to put down a potato mine for this guy. And then I'll start with a snow pea here. Oh, I still need more sunflowers as well. As usual, you know, going with the double sunflower tactic, I guess you could kind of call it. But going for double sunflowers just kind of ensures that we will never ever run out of sun. As always, is my preferred way to plant here. Now this guy, I think I'm going to use a potato mine as well. Try to get my pea shooters established on the pool lanes here. The pool lanes will not get attacked nearly as frequently as the other ones. You see, we're only just now getting our first pool zombie. And that's pretty true for later levels too, not just like these early ones. Like obviously you would expect in the early levels they would take it easy, but yeah, in general the pool lanes do not get attacked quite as often as the other ones do. Okay, we got snow peas on every lane there, so that's good. Let me go ahead and start throwing out a few more lily pads. You probably won't need this many, but well, better to have it than not need it, right? Okay, let's start with a repeater here, put a lily pad here, and now we'll start getting repeaters out for pretty much the rest of the level, although you can see there's not very much of it left. Okay, so looks like we got a cone head on the water here. Tougher zombies on the water can be a little bit more tricky just because it takes a little bit extra time to get them out with the lily pads. The extra sun, I mean 25 extra sun per plant is honestly pretty negligible, so I'm not as worried about that, but sometimes for that reason I do like to have my pool lanes a little bit better guarded than my regular ones. Just because it can be easy to lose track of Or it can be easy to run out of space on these pool lanes with the lily pads. I don't know if what I'm saying really makes a whole lot of sense. Basically what I'm getting at is that you kind of want to prioritize your pool lanes. Here's another reason too right here, is that during the final wave, zombies will just pop up out of the middle of the pool and they'll get a little bit of a head start. Basically what the gist of what I'm getting at here is that your pool lanes are a little more vulnerable just due to the nature of how they work than your regular lanes. So I tend to focus in a little bit sometimes, but not too often. Alright, and here we have the replacement for the potato mine, the squash. You can see it costs 50 sun instead of 25, but doesn't take any time to arm itself like the potato mine does. It's more or less the same thing, it's single target removal. The other nice thing about this is that it'll take out any zombies that are in the tile in front of it. So it can actually take out multiple zombies, which is really, really nice. Okay, you see we got some football zombies, as well as some newspaper zombies, as well as bucket heads in this one. So let's see. As always, we'll start with sunflower and the lily pad. Definitely going to take the squash. Again, like I said, squash is going to pretty much be the replacement for the potato mine for the rest of the game here. Potato mine, you served us well, but as I said, you have been replaced. Yeah. This time I'm going to wait and just kind of get all the sunflowers out on land first, and then do the ones in the pool. Again, it doesn't particularly matter, but it's just two different ways you can do it. The other nice thing about the squash, as opposed to the potato mine, is that you can kind of wait a little bit before getting it out. Like the potato mine, I'd have to arm like right now, but these squashes, you can let the zombies come out a little bit first, because it'll act immediately, and that gives you time to build up a little more sun. You know what? We have a lot more sun than I anticipated, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get the pool lanes going here. Ooh, that actually, you know what? I forgot about how slowly this squash recharges. It probably would have behooved me to actually lay it down as quickly as possible. I wasn't thinking about that. I mean, this one will be ready in time by the time this one gets to the sunflowers here, but yeah, as you can see, it leaps and jumps on top of the plants there. You know what? It's a little too close at this point. I'm gonna have to wait for a squash, which should be coming here in just a moment. Yep, there it is. Okay, this one, I can go ahead and throw out a snow pea right now. Yeah, as you can see, the early stages are pretty, or the early parts of a stage, rather, are pretty lenient. You know, unless you're like, ooh, we got a cone head here. Okay, we got a snow pea out in time, good. Yeah, unless you, like, just dump all of your sun into things that aren't sunflowers right away, like, you can do this in pretty much whatever order you want. Like, I threw out that snow pea way earlier than I normally did, and I was still fine. Speaking of snow peas, let's start getting more out here. Okay, we should get this snow pea in time. Yep. And again, I know I was just saying you want to really arm your, or you want to watch your pool lanes a little bit more than your regular lanes, but that honestly applies more to the later waves. Ooh, we got a gift there. And now we can play mini games, but I probably won't be doing that. Actually, I definitely won't be doing that until, like, the main story is done. Yeah, I know I was saying, hey, you know, you should watch your pool lanes, but that really only applies more to the later game. In the early game, like I was saying in the last level, zombies don't really come out on the pool lanes, like, nearly as often as the other ones. So you can kind of afford to leave them a little bit less guarded early on, but then later on you want to like make sure they're a little bit more guarded. It's a little bit kind of paradoxical there, but okay, go ahead and throw repeaters out here. It seems like the sun is dropping a lot more frequently now, because like by the time I had it set up to look like this, it was the end of the level last time. I wonder if that has to do with, like, the level itself. Like, later levels drop more sun. Or maybe it's just taking longer. I don't know. Okay, we got a huge wave coming. Ooh, I should have armed these a little bit better, but yeah, I'll have a repeater out here in a second. Oh wow, actually that wave didn't spawn any pool zombies in the... I mean, in the pool itself, like it did at the last wave of the last level there. Okay, and at this point, with this setup, we're pretty much good. There's not going to be a whole lot that can break through this, but I'm still going to be planting anyway. The one thing I think this game could stand to benefit from is like a fast forward option. Because like I just said, I've hit the point where like I'm pretty confident my defense isn't going to get destroyed by anything. Like, I don't think anything in this wave can get through. I guess there are the football zombies. Even those, though, I don't know. But, yeah, I do wish, like, down here by the level, there's, like, a little fast-forward option so you can make the zombies come out faster. I don't remember if that was a thing or not in Plants vs. Zombies 2. Yeah, I don't remember at all, honestly, Matt. It's been so long since I've played it. Part of me thinks about, like, re-downloading it, but... I don't know, then I just think about all the frustration that game caused me, and I'm like, you know what? No, I'm good. I don't remember if I mentioned this in a previous video, because it's a different recording session, but, apparently there is a Plants vs. Zombie 3 coming out, and I think it's coming out, like, for PC and console, like, it's not just a mobile game. So, I mean, hopefully that'll be better. Pretty sure EA still owns PopCap, so... You know, we'll see how good it actually is, and how microtransaction-y it ends up being, but... It was really sly of them, too, in the little advert I saw. It's like, from PopCap Games, which brought you all these, you know, other Plants vs. Zombies games. It's like, yeah, there wasn't any, in the main, like, headline, there wasn't really any mention of EA. It's like, oh, go figure. Although, I guess I could be wrong. I mean, I'm pretty sure EA still owns PopCap. I'll have to look that up after this video. Okay, we got a football zombie up here, and yeah, this one just came up right in the middle here, which is really annoying, but we're still able to take him out quickly. Now, I wonder how they're going to do against this football zombie. This will be a little bit of an experiment here. Wow, they're not going to finish him off, are they? Jeez, those football zombies, I tell you, they're like... It's kind of insane how powerful they are. Alright, and here we got an okay plant. This is the 3-peater. It's pretty much like, as it says, it shoots peas in 3 lanes. So basically the way that it works is, it'll shoot peas in the lane that you planted in, and then the lanes above and below it. Although it fires at the rate of a regular pea shooter, and for that reason, I typically never use it. And yes, I would love to buy an extra seed slot. That's actually super helpful. There is actually a 9th seed slot you can get, but that's not going to be until, like, post-game that you'll be able to unlock that. Let's see. As per my usual policy, though, I will show off a new plant every time I get one. So I'll show off the 3-peater for this level, but I don't really plan on using it in the future. But yeah, like I was saying, it only shoots at the rate of a regular pea shooter, which is a lot of why I don't like it. I guess it does have the benefit of only taking up 1 slot instead of 3 slots like regular pea shooters do. The other problem is that it's just so expensive, and I mean, you would expect it to be expensive, being 3 pea shooters in 1. It's going to cost at least 300 sun, and then it's got the extra 25 sun cost as part of, like, the bundling, so to speak. But again, it's just not worth it. If there were a triple, like... that would cost so much sun, though. I was going to say if there was a triple snow pea, I would use that, but... Okay, let's throw this here and this here. Yeah, you can see it's a lot better to have that squash just ready right away, instead of waiting like I did in the last level. Again, you could wait as well. Ultimately, like, you know, I still had enough time with the squash there. But I like to have plants like the squash and emergency plants. Honestly, just my plants in general, I like to have them like at the ready. Which is why I prefer to get them out like as quickly as possible. Sunflowers obviously doesn't matter quite as much when they are at the ready, but still want to get them out as quickly as possible just to get sun as quickly as possible. Okay, yeah, let's put a snow pea here. That should still have enough time. I was just kind of thinking about my placement here. Because that's the other thing about three-peaters, that it's not really a huge drawback, but it's a pretty minor one, is placement. You don't want to put a three-peater on the top or bottommost levels, because then they're only shooting at 2 lanes. Basically, you want to put them on lane 2 and then lane 5 here. So that way, they can cover all 6 lanes by themselves. And I'll guess I'll put one there. They should take it out in time. Okay, they did. And then I'll put a snow pea here. The other thing, too, that I don't like about it is, and this is just a personal preference, but I like having even coverage on, like, every lane. Just to know how much, just to know that, hey, I'm doing this much damage on, like, each of my lanes. And the three-peater kind of messes with that because of, like, how weird it is. Hang on, let me grab this real quick. Yeah, the three-peater can kind of mess with that, especially if you start playing multiples of them, and also having plants in individual lanes. It can be a little bit hard to keep track of like exactly how much damage you're doing per lane, which can make it a little bit confusing to know whether or not you're going to kill a zombie in time. Again, that's just more of a minor, like, personal preference. Rather, a personal, I guess not preference, personal gripe with the three-peater there. Okay, trying to figure out what I want to do. I guess I can just start throwing out more three-peaters. Here's yet another minor gripe I have with three-peaters, is that, like, you know, you can save space on your other lanes with three-peaters, but if you try to rely too much on three-peaters, you're going to extend lanes 2 and 5 a lot farther out than they normally would be, which can leave them kind of vulnerable. I mean, obviously you can always throw like a walnut down, so it's not like a huge deal. Okay, we got scuba zombies here, which will actually stay underwater until they get to a plant, and then they'll rise up out of the water to eat it. So, it's pretty important to have a lily pad and a walnut ready for them. They don't have too much HP. I think they might have the same as a regular zombie even, but... okay. I don't think my walnut... Well, it might recharge in time. We'll see. Okay, I think it should recharge in time. The squash can still get them, so worst case scenario, I can just throw the squash down. Okay, now we can put down the walnut. They will stop to eat a lily pad, so you can try to use those to, like, bait them out. But at the same time, the lily pad does not have very much HP. It's kind of like a regular plant in that regard. And the other problem with trying to do that is that once the scuba zombie eats a plant, it'll go back down underwater. And as you can see, as long as it's underwater, it's just totally invulnerable to damage. There is a little bit of time when they appear over here, that they're above water, and they'll take damage. Also, I'm going to throw down walnuts here on lanes 2 and 5 just to try to keep these three-peaters safe. Because like I was saying, yeah, as you can see, since we've got so much firepower concentrated on lanes 2 and 5, they're coming out pretty far here. Okay, we got the final wave here. Shouldn't be anything too bad. No, yeah, we'll be fine. So, I mean, for all my griping about the three-peaters, they're not an awful plant. I mean, it is a viable strategy you could use. It's just not one that I personally prefer. And here we go. Now we got the kelp. Oh, excuse me. Yes, now we have the kelp here, Tangle kelp. Aquatic plant that pulls zombie underwater. It's pretty much a squash or a potato mine, but for the water instead of land. And it's not like the potato mine in that it doesn't take any time to charge. It's just a little bit cheaper than the squash because it'll only grab... No, I think it'll grab multiple zombies. I think it's just cheaper because you can only use it on the aquatic lanes there. But, let's see. So, squash, tangle kelp. Definitely going to want to always have these. And then we'll take snow peas, repeaters, cherry bombs, and walnuts. So this is a pretty good setup for pool lane levels in general. Yeah, I've mentioned this before, but I always like to have, I mean, obviously you're going to need sunflowers, you're going to need lily pads here. It's nice to have cheap single target, like, removal. And then, like, the AoE damage, like the bomb, a good defense in the walnut, and then obviously your main firing power in the pea shooters there. So Tangle Kelp, I'll even go ahead and place out now, because as you can see, Tangle Kelp takes a long time to recharge. I think it's even slower than the Squash. Okay, everything looks good so far. I'll throw out another Tangle Kelp here. It's also nice to throw out Tangle Kelps early so that you just have them as backup for later. Because, like I said, it recharges so slowly, you can just kind of set up your emergency traps in advance here. Okay, I'm gonna let a Squash get this guy. The next zombie that comes out, we'll just use a Snow Pea. Yeah, once again, this these Snow Peas, like, I know I've said this multiple times now, but I really can't sing their praises enough. Mostly because I thought they were so bad for so long that I just never bothered to use them. I'll tell you right now, I definitely regret that. Not using them sooner, that is. Put one up here. Come on, get the sun. Tangle Kelp can go here. Snow Pea there. Yeah, I think in my opinion this is the best way to use the Tangle Kelp, is just to take the early games, take advantage of the time that zombies aren't coming into your pool, to just load up the front half of your pool with Tangle Kelp. And then that way you'll be covered later in the level in case of an emergency there. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go and throw a Snow Pea here. Plus, this is also less time you have to worry about arming your pool. Since a lot of the firepower is going to be concentrated on the land lanes early on in the game. Now you can tell down here we've got 3 flags for this level. Holy cow, but it's not going to be that bad. So you can see the Tangle Kelp got him there, just dragged him under and then went away. Much like the Squash there. Okay, so looks like I'll have room for 2 repeaters in addition to the Tangle Kelp. It's pretty good. Okay, first huge wave is coming out now. Let me arm the last land lane there. Throw a lily pad here. The other nice thing about Tingle Kelp is that it's a really good way to take care of those scuba zombies. Very efficient way to get rid of them, as it will grab them, even though they're underwater. Okay, good. He grabbed the Conehead zombie. I was a little worried that he was gonna... Ooh, we got a Javelin zombie here. I was a little worried that the Tingle Kelp there was gonna grab the regular zombie right before it was gonna die. Okay, I want to see something. I want to see if these guys can take out a Javelin zombie before he gets to them. Oh, yeah, easily. Okay, good. That's good to know. Let's throw that there. Tingle Kelp goes there. Yeah, especially for a Buckethead. Bucketheads on the water can be a really big problem unless you've got Tingle Kelp ready for him. Again, just because it's slower, or it takes longer to arm your pool lanes. And they just have so much HP. Like, you'll find that to be a constant, like, pretty much through to the end of the game. Like, Bucketheads just have a ridiculous amount of HP. Yeah, as you can see, Tingle Kelp took care of that scuba zombie more than easily enough. Okay. Yeah, once again, right now, kind of wishing this game had a fast forward button so I could just get to the next wave and... I mean, I want to say this would be good enough for the rest of the level, but our pool, even now, our pool lanes, like, might not be secure. Our land lanes definitely are, but our pool lanes, that might not be the case. Mostly because of the scuba zombies. It really just depends how many scuba zombies come out on each lane for the rest of the level there. I guess we can start throwing out walnuts. I don't really have anything else to do at this point, besides keep playing more repeaters. And yeah, sorry if I'm not talking, or if I'm, yeah, if I'm just not talking quite as much in the middle of some of these levels. It's because I'm just trying to watch things. I mean, this is a game that's, I think it's easy enough to talk over, but at the same time, it's also like, you do have to kind of be watching what you're doing, so that you're not taken by surprise. So, if I ever go silent, I'm just, like, concentrating for a moment on what I need to, like, fortify, what I need to... Ooh, this, okay, they're good. Yeah, if something's about to break through, what lane needs help, etc., etc. Also trying to watch for money. Because again, I'm really, really bad about missing money. I can't wait to go back, because... no, never mind, I have edited one of these videos so far. I was gonna say, I can't wait to go back and edit these videos and watch myself miss money. Although I've only edited the first part, and I don't think you even get access to money at that point in the game, so... Okay, walnut goes there. Oh, we're just waiting for these scuba zombies, huh? Oh, shoot, you know what? Yeah, one of those is gonna get through. Okay, they actually did manage to get him in time, so that's good. Pool lanes are a little more vulnerable than I would like right now. Yeah, let's go ahead and tangle that guy. Okay, so they actually, as you can see, they got that scuba zombie, even though he like, just came up right to this pea shooter. If you do... Oh, shoot. Okay, we'll just do this. If you do have enough firepower, you can just get them right away, but... Oh, looks like we got a car key for beating this level. That's a little odd. Oh, so now we can go to Crazy Dave's shop here. Yeah, you can see we can get a 9th slot, but it's going to cost us 20,000 gold. Holy cow. We're definitely going to want to buy this. These pool cleaners are basically lawnmowers, but for the pool levels. I didn't point that out, actually. But, yeah, the pool lanes are actually undefended at first at the end there. But now that we have the pool cleaners, that'll be good for the rest of the game there. This rake you can get for 200 if you want. $200, that is. It'll basically take care of the first zombie for 3 levels. I think that's a little waste of money because you can just plant a squash or a potato mine and you'll be fine. But let's just go ahead and go to the next level there. Which will be a mini game, yeah. Which will be mini zombies. Mini zombies don't have as much HP as their regular counterparts, but move a lot faster. No, maybe not a lot faster. Okay, that cherry bomb we're going to want to save. Let's throw out a pea shooter here. Oh, come on, give me more firing plants. Yeah, you can see that one went down and like, ooh, let's throw that here. Okay, fine. If it wants me to use cherry bombs, I'll use cherry bombs. Of course, and there's a football zombie down here. Stop giving me cherry bombs. Give me stuff to fire with. Fine. Okay, let's put this here. Ooh, we got a diamond there. I don't like this plant selection it's trying to give me. Yeah, I don't know how much RNG really affects these kinds of levels. Sometimes in cases like this, though, it seems like it can be a lot. Because I don't remember really ever having, like, this much trouble. I mean, I guess I'm not having trouble yet, but I don't remember feeling this, like, nah, not stress. What's the word I'm looking for? I guess I can just say, yeah, I don't remember this minigame giving me this much trouble for it. Shoot, also go ahead and do that. You see, I barely got to that football zombie in time with the walnut there. I guess you really are just supposed to use cherry bombs more offensively as opposed to, like, as emergency items in this level, because they're giving me a lot of them, and they're not giving me a whole lot of anything else. Thought I saw a coin there. Maybe I didn't, I just missed it. Also, I don't know why, but the sound of mini zombies eating, like, really annoys me a lot more than the regular eating sound. I'm already not a huge fan of hearing people, like, eat or chomp on stuff. Kind of drives me up the wall, honestly. Put that walnut there. And you know what? Let's just, let me let them come out a little bit. And there we go. Let's just be done with it. Ooh, we got another great new plant here, the jalapeno. Jalapeno is kind of like cherry bomb in that it's an AoE instant kill item, but you can see it destroys an entire lane. So instead of having an explosion that goes outwards so many tiles, it'll just go down the entire lane there. But we'll go ahead and see how that works next time on Let's Play Plants vs. Zombies. This is Hexlex, signing out. Have a good day.